That twist, that twist hit me like a S.C.R.E.E.N kick to the stomach. It was like, oof. Welcome to Agents of S.C.R.E.E.N, the first and only place for movie reviews live at
the cinema.
I am your boy Miles, aka the dark skinned Enrique Iglesias, and today I am bringing to you my spoiler-free review of the new horror film, His House. Now this film comes out on the 30th of October, but courtesy of Bound Cinema and of course Netflix, we got to see an early exclusive preview. So many thanks again, much appreciated, enjoyed it fully. There was a lovely Q&A with the actors and director afterwards. Love, thank you. But His House follows a refugee couple that make a harrowing escape from war-torn Sudan, but are dumped on a bleak housing estate while their appeal for asylum is considered. They struggle to adjust to their new life in an English town, but worse than that, the house is haunted. If they flee, they risk deportation, but if they stay, they will have to deal with an evil that lurks beneath the surface. This film was directed by Remy, who is making his feature film directorial debut, and it's also starring Wunmi Mosaku, who most recently you would have seen in Lovecraft Country, and also S.C.R.E.E.N, who most recently you would have seen in Gangs of London. I'm gonna tell you what I liked, what I didn't like, my score out of 10, and of course if you should see this film or not. But before we get to that, the YouTube stuff, make sure you like, share and subscribe. You should know the deal already. And because it's Halloween, do you like what I've done with the place? You know, I put some decor. I hope it looks cute, but I've held you enough. Let's get into the review. Let me get into the things that I liked. I believe the shining light of this film is a story. The best horror films, in my personal opinion, are the ones where the story resonates. Fair enough, it could be scary, creepy, whatever, but the story has to resonate, and this one does, because it's very multi-layered. It speaks on the absurdity of the asylum seeking process. It has the layer of dealing with trauma. It has the layer of social commentary. It has the layer of self-identity. It has the layer of perspective. For example, the perspective of like an asylum seeker, for instance. For example, this couple faces a situation where they are fleeing hell, you know, war-torn country, etc. And they are coming to a different type of hell. They can't adjust to the area, and of course a haunted house. And despite being in this haunted house, they prefer to stay there because they would do anything not to go back to that previous hell. Do you understand how mad that is, to want to stay in a haunted house with demons, ghouls, whatever, than to go back home, because the home is a far worse hell? Do you understand? And if you apply that to real life, it may not be a haunted house, but real life refugees are forced to face that exact dilemma, having to choose between the lesser hells, and how must that affect you psychologically? So it's a very nuanced story in this movie. And this movie has a twist. Again, no spoilers, but that twist, that twist hit me like a S.C.R.E.E.N kick to the stomach. It was like, oof. It's genuinely hand on mouth. I was watching like this. All I will say is that it's affecting. It's heart-wrenching. And once it happens, re-evaluation takes place. I also really liked how the flashback scenes were filmed in this. But more than that, I was reminded of two films that you can consider horrors as well. Get Out and The Shining. Get Out because it's a horror, yes, but there was the social commentary aspect, but also The Shining because they're in this house, a couple, claustrophobic vibes, and the more time they spend in this house is the more that their mind starts to unravel. And the two lead actors were outstanding. Wunmi Mosaku especially, she was amazing in this for me. And also, come closer. Come close, man. She's beautiful as well. Oh. Also, S.C.R.E.E.N was fantastic. He completely lost himself in the character. When I saw him in the Q&A afterwards, it was like a completely different person. So that's one of the biggest compliments that you can play to an actor. So bravo, both of you. And there's a couple of other metaphors and analogies that I noticed and kind of seen that certain things represent. But as this is no spoilers, when you see the film, I want you to try and work them out yourself. Now the things that I didn't like. The horror elements, while creepy, felt secondary in this film to me. But I didn't think they were especially scary or special for the genre itself. I felt like it could have been ramped up a bit. You know, just sprinkle a little piece on there, man. Just season it a little piece. However, I do also accept that I'm not the most easily scared person. Also, I didn't like the resolution of the villain. Again, no spoilers, but the resolution of the villain was wayward for me. I didn't really enjoy that. But should you see this film, Yes, you should. I give His House a 7.5. Strong and clever feature film debut from Remy Weeks, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this young British Black director has to offer us in the future. That being said, that has been my spoiler-free review for His House. Let me know if you've seen it, if you're gonna see it. What did you think of it? Put that in the comments below. Thank you to Bounce Cinema and Netflix once again. I have been your boy Miles. We have been the agents of S.C.R.E.E.N, and until the next video, which should be coming extremely soon, peace. I don't know why I just flexed there. I actually have no idea. I have no idea why I just did that.